guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a predominantly reselling specific video. For those of you that don't know or have never seen anything reselling on my channel, you have not missed out. I generally have not talked much about my reselling side hustle or gig. I call myself like a part-time or casual or even a hobbyist reseller. I by no means have an actual business for reselling. I mainly do it because of my love of thrifting, my love of sustainability in terms of creating the circular economy. So I want to note that the projections that I'm going to be giving in this video are not actual earnings that I made, but like I said, simply projections. This is based off of seeing comparable listings, historically how has this item performed, the seasonality. So there's many facets and factors to the reason why I project these things. So to start this off with a bang, the first item that I got is this Sandro Paris dress. Now, I have heard of Sandro Paris for quite some time just on the reselling market, but this is a luxury Parisian brand, so I was quite surprised to see it at my local Goodwill. I typically, like, there are times when I have found designer pieces at Goodwill, but that's far and few in between. You're usually finding your Urban Outfitters, more of your general retail brands like Free People, Zara. But to find designer brands at Goodwill is always a nice nugget, and I will never say no to that. I think it really also depends and varies per location. Depending on the neighborhood that you're in, and if you know that's a more affluent neighborhood, there's a higher likelihood that you'll have more designer pieces dropped off at that Goodwill. Fortunately enough, the Goodwill that I go to frequently has a pretty, I would say, well-off neighborhood demographic, so I usually find some pretty nice pieces, but never designer pieces. So yeah, this first Sandro piece caught me by surprise. It was actually on a new rack about to be shuffled into the mix. But usually if you find one designer piece, there might be another one just lurking around the corner, and what do you know, I found two other designer pieces on that same rack, which leads me to believe that this one donator donated all of these nice designer pieces. So this Sandro dress was essentially in pristine, perfect condition. It didn't even look like it had been worn, to be honest, or if it had been worn, probably only once. The fabric tag looked perfect in condition. All the buttons were there, no loose threads. So that dress I got for $9.99. So I'm projecting that it'll sell for $60. The next piece that I found that was within that mix, I'm assuming the same donator donated a bunch of designer and luxury goods. I also found another Sandro piece that's this crochet lace crew neck. This one was $7.99, and similarly it was in near perfect condition. The only thing I noticed was there's just this tiny dirt mark, and I want to say it was even from just the hanger. Sometimes hangers leave this residue of like a gray residue, so I don't even think it was due to the owner of it. I think it was due to the handling while it was in the thrift store. I project to sell this one for around $40. They're doing some very rough research on Sandro. I don't think they're really known for their crew necks or their jeans or more casual stuff. I do think their main market is for dresses, so I'm expecting the Sandro lace dress to perform way better than the crew neck. So now going completely in the different direction, I found this athletic wear or bouldering jeans, bouldering pants. And it's really cool because I originally found out about these pants because they were a Kickstarter campaign. Boulder Denim is a brand that was kickstarted in Canada, basically to try to solve the problem of wearing jeans or having some sort of comfort in jeans while climbing or doing any activity like doing BMX riding. I believe that's what their page says. So I came across these jeans and it was a huge gamble for me. I have a bias because I am a climber, so I was thinking like, I didn't even think twice about purchasing the jeans, but then when I came home and thought more about it, I don't know if I would have bought it if I thought longer about it, because climbing is still a very niche market, as opposed to like if you were a dancer per se and you were selling your dance shoes, your jazz shoes, ballet shoes. I feel like you would have a higher likelihood of selling those than you would have with selling something like in a niche sport like bouldering, because bouldering is only recently becoming popularized. But nonetheless, I bought these pants simply because it was so cool that I found a jean that was actually from a Kickstarter campaign. So it was pretty cool to see that it actually blew off and it's successful. I mean, I don't know if you can call it successful if somebody ended up donating them, but that could be for own reasons. Maybe they grew out of the pants or just fell out of love with the pants. The beauty of having more niche inventory, such as these climbing pants, is when people that are in that niche need to find these certain items. So if they're in the market for bouldering pants, it's almost a converted sale because typically these people that are looking for these things have their mind set on it. So they're not really perusing and really kind of window shop. They need it because they actually need it for their sport or to accomplish so-and-so in their hobbies. I feel like this is going to be a slow sale for me, but nonetheless, I do think I can sell it. It's just a matter of when and how much I will make out of it. My projection for these pants are about $40. They're actually currently still listed on the Boulder Denim website for $158. These next pair of pants, I feel like I struck gold, absolute gold. I found these Kenzo new with tag pants. I want to pat myself on the back a little bit because I noticed that the men's pants were super picked over at my Goodwill, and it usually always is. And I feel like a lot of people maybe similarly are doing what I'm doing and reselling, but these pants were left there and they were just completely glossed over by so many people shopping. I want to say it's because the actual Kenzo tag was pretty hidden. Typically the tag is usually on the back of the pants, but it was on the inside zipper flap of the pants, which was hidden when it was hung on those two clamps. After inspection, I just had a feeling upon touching the pants that these are good quality pants, so I just put it in my cart without thinking. And then as I was looking through the pants, I saw on the button clasp, had it etched in Kenzo. And just like a little pro tip, I feel like cheaper retailers don't go to the effort of putting or etching in their logo into the actual like button enclosures or even zippers, but usually higher end brands will. So that was the first indication that this pants was a higher quality pants. And then aside from just the whole structure, the integrity of it, I knew it was a good quality pants. So then I opened up the pants, I looked at all the tags to then find it was Kenzo. And then as I was checking out, I was looking at it once again in the line, and I found there was the original new with tags. The original retail price was going for $390. So I just, at that moment, I didn't even, I think that was it. This is it. This is the most successful find I'm ever gonna find at the thrift store. I do expect this piece to sit a little bit longer in my closet because Kenzo is usually known for their really bold neon crew necks or t-shirts, and they're not really known more for their pants or really any other category. So I am expecting these pants to sit a little bit, but I know that when somebody is in the market to buy these pants, it's gonna sell for a very high return. So I'm projecting that these pants are gonna sell for $80. The next thing I found was similarly in the pile with all the Sandro stuff. I found this Equipment blouse. So I've heard of Equipment, the brand, many times, and I know they're known for a lot of their silk blouses, but I just never have seen it in person. This silk blouse, their typical average sales price on reselling platforms are around anywhere from like $40 to $60, depending on if it's new with tags or good or used condition. I'm playing it on the conservative side, and I think it's gonna sell for $35. And I bought this blouse for $7. And the last thing I found in that bunch of all the designer brands from that one donator is this All Saints dress. I just giggle because the workers at Goodwill had this priced at $5 because and I don't blame them because it just looks like a scarf. It just looks like a chaotic scarf, so I don't blame them for pricing it at $5, but more of a win for me. I feel like All Saints has definitely tapered off. You have really great items that sell from All Saints, such as like leather jackets or their leather goods, but I feel like their clothing generally, if it's not a basic, I feel like their clothing does not sell that well. I'm kind of taking a gamble on this dress. It's actually called the Dark Dreams dress, and there's actually a decent amount of comparable listings on Poshmark and eBay, all selling for around that $45 to $60 range. But the reason why I picked it up anyways is because being that All Saints is a designer brand, you're always gonna have places like the Real or even Consignment stores that almost never deny name brand stuff, especially if they're in good condition. My theory was if I can't sell it myself, then I know that either Real or some Consignment stores will take it off my hands. The next thing I found was this And Other Stories corduroy pant. So And Other Stories is I think more of the premier H&M. It's more of a European based brand. When I found these corduroy pants, I was borderline not going to get it, but seeing that the condition was near perfect and there was a bunch of comparable listings, which leads me to believe that people are in the market for this, I ended up picking it up. And lucky for me, it actually ended up quantifying under the 25% off because it was the color of the week. So originally it was $7, I got it for $5, and I project to make around $35 from it. The last clothing piece I found was these Wrangler vintage jeans. I was actually heading out of the thrift store at Goodwill and they just pushed out a new rack. I always enjoy going to seeing the new racks because it essentially means that you're kind of getting the first glance before any of the other shoppers get to see it. I got lucky and scored these vintage Wrangler jeans, and these jeans were absolutely in perfect condition. You can tell nobody wore it. The fabric tag was still perfectly white and pristine. I was super excited to find these. I got them for $7. This one I'm gonna have to guess a little bit because the listings, the other comparable listings that were on reselling platforms, it was a wide range really. There was some that were going for $110, others that were going for $30 or $40. But because mine is in perfect condition, I want to lean more towards the higher end. So I think these are gonna sell anywhere from $80 to $90, and $70 I wouldn't be too upset about either. So it's actually been a few days since I filmed the main portion of this video, but since then I have gone to a consignment store to sell some of my clothes. So the first item is this Reformation dress. It is a midi length dress with a floral print, but the back has this crisscross detail open back. So the reason why I bought this specifically is because midi dresses from Reformation do exceptionally well. It was in pretty good quality, I would say, and I'm hoping to make around $100 to $120 off selling this dress, especially because it's a season that a lot of people would be buying Reformation dresses, being that it's a summer. It's also a great dress to wear to a wedding or as a bridesmaid. So with a lot of the summer weddings coming around, I thought this would be a hot commodity right now. So this they were pricing at $45. Because I had trade-in credit, I essentially spent $0 because all the stuff that I actually traded in for them to sell, they were given to me, so they were free items. None of my own money was put into buying the clothes that I ended up selling to the consignment store. Next item that I bought were these girlfriend denim jeans. So Girlfriend I've always kind of coupled with the brand of like Redone jeans, very high-end made in USA jeans. So these are like as standard as it gets. They have a mini flare to them, but mostly a straight leg with a button fly. So the reason why I got these is because being that it's such a classic cut and classic style, especially since Girlfriend has a pretty big following behind them, I got these and you couldn't beat the price. They were only charging this at $20 at the consignment store. So I expect to make around $60 to $70 off of these jeans. These next three things are things that I sourced that were not from Goodwill. The first one being this Raptors jersey. Essentially little to no knowledge about reselling about sports related things. I know that sports jerseys are kind of in its own class, so I kind of wanted to take the risk again. I mean, a lot of reselling is just about risk taking and learning from those risks and a lot of experimentation. So I got this at a yard sale actually for $5, and I'm hoping to make somewhere in between $45 to $60. Notice that some of the listings on eBay for the exact same jersey are going for $60, but that's because they're new with tags. So obviously the condition is a lot better than what mine is. Mine is definitely worn and it shows sign of use, edging more on that $45 range. So if I can make $40 off of it, I will be very happy with that. The next two things are non-clothing related. The first being this Epson printer. I frequently walk around my neighborhood after work, and I've noticed that since the pandemic started, or essentially since 2020, and everyone's been locked up in their house, there has been so many items just left on people's sidewalk, on people's front yard, because they're just trying to get rid of so much stuff. And I can only assume it's because everyone's stuck inside, so all they're left to do is really clean. But that's more of an advantage for me. I cannot tell you how many things that I sold off of the side of the street that people just don't want that I get for free. This being one of them. I'm hoping I can sell this printer for $60. It's completely functional, it completely works. The only thing that was not provided was the charging cable and ink. But as long as I disclose that on my listing, it should still be able to sell. These printers and tech and gadgets, they usually sit for longer, but I have high hopes and confidence that it will sell, because when people are in the market for a printer, they're gonna wanna pay for it and they're gonna want it fast and instant. Cost of goods was $0 and I'm hoping to make $60 from it. So the next thing I found was this Oyster toaster oven. And this again was also found on the side of the road. No one wanted. It was in near pristine condition. All of the racks and the baking racks, the broiling racks were all still included. The only flaw really is that one of the feet on the four legs of the feet are missing, which shouldn't be a big deal. Once again, when you're selling things on eBay, just disclose those things. The most important thing is that it's fully functional, which it is tested, it works. I'm hoping to still be able to sell this. I'm thinking for around $40 to $60, so we'll see. So that wraps up everything that I sourced for trying to resell. Let me know if you guys are interested in these type of videos. Anyways, if you guys found this video interesting or entertaining, be sure to stick around by subscribing or liking this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!